We're in position. New era of Formula E about to get underway. Brand new car, brand new season. De Grassi's on pole. All 5 lights are on, and we go green in Mexico City. It's a decent getaway from De Grassi. It's a very good start from Jake Hughes. Jake Hughes in the orange McLaren to the outside of turn 1. Can't quite do it. Sacha Fennestrand is going full attack into the first corner, and he's got ahead of Sebastian Buemi. Everybody safely through the first turn, with De Grassi leading in the Mahindra. Dennis is second in the Andretti. Third is Jake Hughes in the Lotterer, ahead of Lotterer. Nick Tixham is 5th, Verline is 6th, Fennestrand's ahead of Buemi and up into 7th place. Now they fan out, coming down into the hairpin right-hander at turns 5 and 6. Great side-by-side action through the middle of the pack. Someone getting squeezed onto the grass almost. I think that might be Buemi fighting with Da Costa, potentially in the Porsche. It is, as they come into the chicane for the first time. Everybody neatly through there as well. Evans very, very close to a bit of contact with Jean-Eric Verne. And he's having to work hard to defend his position. Fries has dropped down to the back of the field, but Lucas di Grassi leading the way into the Forosol for the first time. Jake Dennis from second on the grid, Oliver, didn't get a great start, but he managed to hold his position.
No, he was on the dirty side of the grid there. Not easy to put the power down, especially with this extra power in this Gen 3 car. 100 kilowatts more power than Gen 2. We have to keep in mind, these tires are nowhere near up to temperature, so very surprised to see a clean first lap here in Mexico City.
Yeah, so De Grassi leading the way across the line. At the end of the first lap, we've got 21 runners. Robin Freins is out by the looks of things. The Dutchman is out of the E-Prix, having started towards the back of the grid, and the safety car is deployed. We're about to start lap 6 of 36 with Lucas di Grassi leading the way in the Mahindra. His first race with this new team, and he's backing the pack up now. When will he decide to floor the throttle? How alert will Jake Dennis be behind him? Will anyone be able to make a move down into the first corner? There goes De Grassi now, gets on the power. We're on board with Dennis as he tries to follow him. Green flag racing once more as we come out of the final corner and down the start-finish straight. And De Grassi's got a pretty good restart here. Hughes is fairly close to Jake Dennis coming down towards turn 1, but not close enough to make a move. Quite a big gap back to Mitch Evans. Van Dorn is looking to the inside of Cassidy into the first corner, but everybody still settles back in their place. But Lotterer looking the most racy, I would say, out of the top 4 at the moment. But then when is Lotterer not looking racy?
Exactly. It's in Andretti's best interest at the moment for Lotterer to overtake the McLaren, just to give Jake a bit of a buffer here. Can relax a bit more, potentially save some energy and focus on the race in front of him.
Drive shaft's gone, drive shaft's gone. Randomly, drive shaft's gone.
That's Sam Bird. Drive shaft gone, so that is probably him. Oh, it is him out of the race. Inside of turn 2.
A mechanical failure. Nothing to do with software, I don't think.
De Grassi, Dennis, Hughes, Lotterer and Verline are the top 5. Mahindra, Andretti, McLaren, Andretti and Porsche. 3 Porsche-powered cars, actually, in the top 5 positions at the moment, because Andretti are a Porsche customer team. But it's Lucas di Grassi leading the way for Mahindra as it stands. 2 Mexico City wins under his belt before. 1 World Championship under his belt before from season 3. Now we're on board with Jake Hughes in 3rd in the Neon McLaren. This is his Formula E debut, and he's running in 3rd place. Very good stuff from Hughes.
Very impressive, and Lucas would have been told that he's 1% less energy than the 2 cars behind. That's definitely something that he's going to want to take care of.
And through goes Van Dorn, and through into the lead goes Dennis. Jake Dennis takes the lead of the Mexico City E-Prix. De Grassi down to 2nd place. So, Dennis goes through. But here comes De Grassi trying to get back. He's got a good drive out of the corner. But now Jake Hughes is trying to take advantage of that. Coming down towards the chicane. Hughes covers the inside. Lotterer goes towards the outside. But Jake Dennis has caught De Grassi napping there a little bit and lunged him at turn 3, kind of out of nowhere. Lap 12 of 36. Dennis in the lead, and look at the advantage he's built up over De Grassi already as they come back into the stadium section. Dennis leads, De Grassi 2nd, Hughes in 3rd. None of the top 10 have taken attack mode yet.
That radio transmission, as we see
Evans.
As you see Evans go through attack there. The radio transmission to Jake earlier on might have meant go for the overtake.
Yeah. Potentially. And also Dan Tickton has a drive-through penalty for overpower. Such a shame for Dan Tickton. That'll be a software glitch for the Neo team, which means that he's had a power spike at some point, used more than the 300 kilowatts he's allowed, and he is now serving a drive-through penalty. And De Grassi made a mistake. That's the replay in the bottom right.
Okay.
So that was De Grassi making a mistake, and that is what allowed Dennis to get through. He got wide coming out of the first corner.
He's pulled the gap now.
Yeah. So this is the fight, all over second place.
Jake's driving away.
Yeah.
Really taking advantage of that attack, and now he's 3.6 seconds ahead of De Grassi.
Just to give you lap 17 of 36, and Jake Dennis's lead is 3.7 seconds here. Lucas di Grassi doing his best to hold everyone off for second position. Edo Mortara is dropping down the tower on the left-hand side. He's in the barriers. Mortara for the Maserati MSG crew out of the race, facing backwards in the wall.
That's going to be a safety car.
Could well be. Lap 18 of 36, the Maserati MSG crew had a difficult qualifying. James Rossiter's their new team principal. Let's see what happened to Edo. Oh, he's by himself and just
the rear.
Carries too much speed in. No contact. Oh, De Grassi in that gold and red Mahindra running up in second place. Jake Hughes is right behind him. We're expecting De Grassi to go through attack mode here, and Hughes follows him through. And Verline doesn't. And Verline slots through, gets ahead of Jake Hughes. Now Hughes will have more attack mode than Pascal Verline remaining. Look, you can see on the tower, Hughes will have an extra 50 kilowatts for another couple of minutes, to be honest. But Verline has managed to get through.
Last year's winner,
yeah,
making a late charge, multiple podium finisher here in Mexico City.
So making a bit of progress now. This is what happened with Verline when those two took attack mode. Verline was able to just wriggle through the middle. There might even have been a bit of contact with the back of De Grassi here. Jake Dennis is leading the way, and I think...
Yeah, Pascal's going by here shortly.
Yeah, that message has been relayed, and De Grassi knows he's going to have to drive an exceptionally wide Formula E car if he wants to hold on to a podium position here. Dan Tickton, you saw a moment ago. Oh, and here comes Verline.
Yep, clean move.
Into the chicane.
De Grassi knew he was coming.
And now Jake Hughes is going to try and take advantage of this as well. Florian Modlinger with a little round of applause in the garage. The Porsche up into second place. It's a Porsche powertrain 1-2 right now.
Verline 1% more than us. De Grassi 2% less.
And that is Hughes being told De Grassi's got less energy. It's time to get him, son, by Alan Cox, his race engineer. We'll see if he does it this time, coming down the start-finish straight, on board with the British driver.
Foxtrot urgent, Foxtrot urgent.
Onto the brakes into turn one. I say onto the brakes. Onto the brake pedal.
On regen.
And I think that Foxtrot urgent means you got to get past this guy. Swinging through the left-handers of the stadium section. Dennis disappearing out in front still.
Now, as a driver, you know you have the advantage. You know you have the gap to the car behind leading the race. Listening to any bump or a potential problem in the car, it's hard not to notice those things.
5 added laps. We've got 5 added laps because of the time spent behind safety car. So we now will have 8 laps to go in this Mexico City E-Prix. Oh, so close in this fight for 3rd, 4th and 5th here. De Grassi, Hughes and Lotterer for the final podium position. Through the chicane.
Foxtrot urgent, Foxtrot urgent.
And Hughes, that's at least the second time he's been told Foxtrot urgent, which means you've got to overtake this dude. But he hasn't been able to yet. Also, keep an eye on Stoffel van Doorn. and Jean-Eric Verne in 9th and 11th. They've both got a bit more energy than those around him, and they've both got an attack mode remaining with 5 laps left at the end of this one. So just keep a little eye on them. We're into the 5 added laps now. Through the final corner, out across the line. Dennis leading. And we're on lap 1 of 5 of the added laps. And Hughes is having to defend a little here. All of this is bringing Buemi into the fight.
1.5% more energy than di Grassi.
Hughes again being told, look, you've got more energy than di Grassi. But look at Buemi in the green Envision at the back of the queue here.
It's a 4-way fight for third.
Yeah.
This is the race on the track right now. Di Grassi defending again.
Oh, di Grassi's gone in really deep into the chicane there, and he's going to be under an awful lot of pressure. Does he cover coming down into the stadium? He doesn't. So di Grassi is still fighting the fight and holding on, and he's wide, he's wide, he's wide. Is that the chance for Hughes? No. Di Grassi is just, this is remarkable stuff. But he doesn't look like he's got any grip left, let alone any energy.
Textbook defending.
Yeah.
It's really good to watch from di Grassi here.
A lot of fun. Verne activates his final attack mode, so we'll keep an eye on him. But this fight for the final podium spot, it's absolutely superb. Across the line we go again. Grassi, Hughes, Lotterer, and Buemi. He didn't go in deep into the chicane on purpose, did he? To like sort of, I don't know, slow everyone else down a little. That doesn't seem like a tactic that's real.
No, and as we see here, going back into the sector of the track we're overtaking is an opportunity.
So there's a bit of contact there as well with the Andretti's. And well, there comes Mitch Evans. He's coming to the inside here of Sasha Fenestraz and gets through. No front wing for Verne. So Verne's had a collision out there somewhere. He's got no front wing. He's gone heavily into the back of someone. I think Van Dorn's got damage as well.
Yeah, there's a yellow flag somewhere.
DS Penske's have got damage on the front of their cars. But here we go, back to di Grassi in 3rd place. It's all coming together now in the final few laps of the Mexico City E-Prix. Di Grassi holding on to 3rd. Hughes, Lotterer, and Buemi behind.
Hughes defending into turn 1, radio.
Same energy as di Grassi.
No risk.
Whoa, Lotterer forces it around the outside. Hughes holds the inside line coming into turn 3. And how much pressure is Lotterer under from Buemi? A bit, but he manages to keep it together. How racy is Da Costa? Da Costa goes to the outside at the back of the queue in the Porsche. There's a bit of contact between Lotterer and Hughes ahead of him. Fenestraz has now dropped out of the points and down into 13th place. And there's the move. It's a slippery, I think it's a slippery surface flag now. I don't think it's a yellow anymore there at the chicane. So that seems like a legitimate move for Lotterer. He's got up into 4th place. Hughes drops down to 5th, but the other Avalanche Andretti is coming through the final corner, and Jake Dennis starts Gen 3 of Formula E with a superb, dominant win in Mexico City. Jake Dennis wins, and is the first winner of the season. The first winner of season 9. Pascal Wehrlein across the line in 2nd place after winning here last year. 3rd is going to be di Grassi. He comes out the final corner now and takes the checkered flag.
Oh my God.
Disbelief from Jake Dennis over the line. Super impressive. Completely dominated.
We got more action. There's a DS Penske going slowly out of the final corner. He's out of energy as he comes across the line. It's Verne. Jean-Eric Verne out of energy as he comes through. And he ends up finishing in 12th place, only 1 point for DS Penske. But it's Jake Dennis who wins for Andretti.
Fantastic, Jake. Well done, super race. Complete domination, well done. What a start to the season.
Dennis wins and takes the lead of the championship. First time he's won the opening race of the Formula E season.